YouTube! I'm back fishing. It's Sunday the 7th of March and this is the day that I've got free to go fishing, so I am heading off. Got to stay local still because it's still locked down, so, and I've got to make the most of when I can fish. And currently in the middle of the day today it's going to be low tide, so low tide's at about 12:30. So I'm going to try something new over low tide, give it a go. You never know what's about. I'm going to go towards Reculver. I'm going to wade out and try and get a ray bait out into some depth if I can, and then possibly fish some worms. See if there's anything about feeding in the day over low. So let's get there. And I forgot to add, it's quite cold. Right, so I've just got out to have a look. It's a bit of a northeasterly breeze, onshore breeze. It's a little bit nippy, about 4 degrees with the breeze. It's not going to be pleasant, so I'll put another jacket on and I'll come to have a look. The tide's going out, and what I'm going to do is I've just parked up and I am going to basically walk along west there to below the cliffs, and I'm going to get my waders on now and I'm going to go out there and try and get a couple of baits out there over the rough ground that you can just see in the distance. So that is where I am going to. As you can see behind me there, we have Reculver. I would say half a kilometre, and down this side behind me in the distance is Herne Bay, probably 2 kilometres, so closer to Reculver. And what I'm going to do, I know this tide's dropping for another couple of hours and I can see there's still rough ground in front of me here. So what I am going to do, I've just dropped my stuff down here. I am just going to have a little wander first without any gear on me, just to see what the ground in front of me is like. I don't want to be pitching up in an area that's going to cause me a lot of trouble when I'm wading, so I'm just going carefully. I don't know if there's soft patches, but let's see. And it's always best, if you're going to wade at low tide, you've never been to a mark before, it's always best to go in the daytime. There's people about here. Take your time, tread carefully, and only do what you feel safe and happy doing. So what am I now? I'm 30 yards out and I am approximately, well, I'm at my knees. I'm at my knees. I haven't found any rough ground yet. Now, I'm happy to go a bit further. It seems quite flat underfoot. I'm just going very carefully. There's slight undulations here and there, but nothing too bad. I'm still only at my knees, and I'm now probably 60-70 yards out. My hands are frozen. It is really cold today. Seems like every day I go fishing, the weather is against me at the moment. And this is not the ideal state of tide to be fishing, but this is all I can do. So, right, I found a bit of rough ground there. Now, here we are. I'm up nearly up to my groin now. And it is pretty much just a sand bottom. So I'm happy to come to here and cast. And there's my gear back there. Won't focus, but there we are. So I'm quite liking this. Let's get back, get my gear set up. Right, I'm going to set up next to the water's edge. It's still got about an hour or so of retreating to do before it starts to settle at low. So get set up there and then get some bait out. So need to sort my rigs out. Got to do it. It's getting bad now. Right, I want to probably drop a rig for putting out a bait for rays. So what have I got? This one might go on my smaller rod. I think it's a, what is it, 2-hook clipped, or is it 1-up? 2-hook clipped. So I'm going to put the 2-hook clip rig on my smaller rod. I've got so many rigs here I need to sort. It's embarrassing. And we've got a pulley dropper rig here. Or the other one. Right. We need scissors. We need a baiting needle. We want a pyramid lead for the smaller rig. And I want a 150 for the other rig, which I've got there. Lovely. Voila. I want to keep that slightly drier off there. My rod bag can get wet, that's okay. So let's go and set these rigs up. Right, what I have just decided to do, I've just turned the tripod sideways and I'll put it lower. I'm going to keep these baits on the deck. It's quite sandy out there. So obviously going for rays with a bigger bait. So I've seen them over this area and they get caught from all the way around here, so I don't know if it's still a bit early. Right, what I've got a little tangle of line over my spool where I haven't put it on too tight. I haven't put it on under tension, so I'm just going to cast it out and get rid of that. Maybe with the bail arm open would help. Let's just cast it out. Get rid of it. There we go, that's gone. Now I can reel that back in. Right, so that's that one set up, ready for bait. And this rig is a mess, I've got to sort these out. That's my mission this week, to sort my rigs out. Right, and on that rod we have got a pulley dropper, and that's got the same again as happened to this reel. Obviously didn't put it on under tension. As you can see, look, that little bit of line there, that will cause carnage when I'm casting. So what I'm going to do, well, there's no bait on it, I'm going to just give it a light cast, get rid of that. Light cast, come on, off you come. Yep, it's gone. That's come off. Right, now under tension I can bring that back and get that line laid properly. That's happened from packing down in a rush, probably when I was cold. Right, let's get baited up. Right, so I've got some fresh commons here. I'm just going to put one on each hook on the 2-hook clip rig, and what I'm going to then do is tip it with a bit of squid. Here we go. Go on like so, easy peasy. Pull that down. Bottom of it off, don't want that. Just a bit anal with the baits. I don't like things hanging off the bottom too much because they just get nipped away. There we are, that one's on. Happy with that. Get a bit of squid on this, that's ready then to cast. Alright, there we go. Squid tipped on that. We can clip that up and then bait the other one up first, I think. Right, so for the bigger bait on the pulley dropper rig, I am going to put a bit of mackerel and squid wrap. Bit of squid, I'll wrap that first and then put it on the hook after. Trying to get a nice neat sausage out of this before I offer it up to the hooks. Go. That can go pulley dropper. So I want that to be there, coming out of the bait there like so. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring the hook through the bait here, like so, and then I'm going to turn it round, go in there. Take that out like so, pull that tight, and what I'm going to do is bait elastic that all tight. My bait elastic's seen better days as well. Need to get a new roll out of the cupboard. So there we go, that's been put on there nice and straight. I don't think I can overdo the bait elastic here. Is this sort of mixed ground, bit of rough ground. There's going to be crabs out there, so let's get that down. My kinked bloody line. I've got to sort these rigs out, and then what I'm going to do, I'm going to just go through the tip of it like so. Have that at the top. Bring the silicone tube down. There we go. Bait nicely straight on this pulley dropper rig. Right, so here we go, I'm ready to get these out. I'll just show you the setups I've got, and shocking news, breaking news, I have not got my Sonic Gravity HT. Because I'm fishing low tide, I need to re-spool the reel on it. I couldn't be bothered to put a new reel on it, and I didn't want to be wading out, casting out and not having enough line on it, so I'm leaving that now at home until I've re-spooled the reel. So what I've got instead, I've got the Vega Potenza, which I've been using a lot recently. This is the lighter rod of the two. It's on 7 kilo braid, which is then to a Cinetic Skyline leader of 32 kilos. And we come down to the business end here, and it's on a 2-hook clip rig and a 150 pyramid lead. So I'm going to wade out again to my knees with that, and I'm just going to do a gentle lob overhead, so it's 50 yards ahead of me. It'll be maybe in sort of 2.5 foot, 3 foot of water. Don't know if there's any flounders around or anything, but we'll find out. My second rod is the Cinetic Cross Power 450 heavy surf. There it is there, and that's got a Cinetic Cyclone black reel. This has got 25 pound braid on it, and then that again goes to a Cinetic Skyline 32 kilo leader. And as we come down from the tip there, we have got a pulley dropper rig. So that's clipped up again, ready to cast. We've got a squid and mackerel wrap on there, 150 gripper. So that one I will be wading out as far as I feel comfortable, and I will be getting that out as far as I can, see if I can find any rays at low tide. Anyway, let's get going. Now normally I'd put the bail arm over and I would loosen the drag and pull this back, but this is on a pyramid lead, so oh, there's a big rock there. So if I did that, I'd just end up pulling that pyramid lead back with me. So I'm just putting a slight bit of tension on it with my hand, just so I keep the line tight. And then we'll get back and we'll get the second rod out. Right, bait number 2. Now I want to be the other side actually of this line. Let me go the other side. So I'm going to cast this 11 o'clock. That'll do. Let's get this out. Nice. Stayed clipped and it's out there. Now this, because it's on a gripper, I clip the bail arm over, loosen the drag, and that will take up the slack. And it will start pulling as I come back.
just finding a few rocky areas, so I'm going careful, don't want to fall over. And that's the reason why I'm pitched up out of the water, because it is cold today. I know it seems like a lot of hassle going in and out, but I really don't want to be standing in this water for that long, because it is cold. I stood in it for 4 minutes a couple of weeks ago when I lost my drone. I nearly froze to death, so I'm going to stay out of it as much as I can. I can tighten that drag now. Both rods are now in the water, and I'm on dry land and trying to warm up for a little bit. But I do hope I get a bite. I'll get cold for a bite, for a fish. Let's hope, fingers crossed. When I'm fishing like this over low and it's not surf conditions fishing for bass, I'm not expecting a feeding frenzy or bite after bite. I am here hoping that I may pick up a flounder or two, or there may be a ray. So I'm not coming here expecting fish, I'm not coming here expecting bites. Coming here hoping to maybe pick up something just to keep me interested, but it's quiet at the moment. Good on the top one, let's pick that up, give it a little bit more. Nice. It's such a shame with this lockdown that obviously needs must, and that's far more important, people's health and safety than a bit of fishing. But with this northeasterly, light northeasterly, the south coast, Brighton, Seaford, Eastbourne, are going to be fishing their nuts off today for place. Flat, calm, clear, and I'm stuck here in these dirty waters, and I can't even buy a bite. Oh well. Soon be allowed to travel again, soon be able to go fishing a little bit further afield where I am at the moment. It's cold, it's wet, obviously, because I've been in the sea, and it's biteless. I wasn't expecting anything much anyway if I did get something, but I was hoping maybe I'd get a bite on one of the rods, but I just haven't had a thing. And I've been struggling on the North Kent coast for a while now. So the easing of restrictions and the easing of travel couldn't come any sooner for me and my fishing, but for now I'm making do with what I can do, where I can fish. But for now I'm making do with where I can fish and what times I can fish. So although this tide isn't ideal, a low tide along the Herne Bay Reculver area, I've given it a go. I've got out there and I've got some baits in the water. So I'm going to bring that in now because the tide is up to my tripod. I'm not going to start chasing it back. So I've been here at just over 3 hours, 3 hours 15. I'm going to go home and warm up now. Till next time, tight lines!